So Phrolova is the new 5-star Rectifier that is a Havoc type character. Also keep in mind, since this is leaks, things are subject to change. Phrolova's main role is going to be a main DPS. However, in order to maximize her damage, she does need to be off the field when she uses her Resonance Liberation. Her Resonance Liberation, which is called the Waltz of the Forsaken Depths, which sounds pretty elegant and cool. Phrolova will summon this puppet called Hecate. Now, you can command this puppet just like how you play with any other character, but the best source of damage from Hecate is going to be coming from the enhanced basic attacks. The puppet can only do these enhanced basic attacks if another resonator is on the field and they cast an echo skill. Cantarella is the only character in the game that can cast multiple echo skills at once. I'm not that too familiar with her kit since I don't have her, but Cantarella can cast multiple echo skills, one through her resonance skill, and I think she can cast another one with her heavy attack, or not her heavy attack, but with her forte skill. Her resonance liberation is also considered an echo skill, and there's also the dedicated echo skill button. Phrolova will have this stack called the After Sound. I think it's called the After Sound. Whenever Phrolova gets these stacks, she gains more crit damage. When Phrolova starts the battle, she'll have 8 After Sounds. She can hold a maximum of 24. Whenever Phrolova's puppet, the Hecate, does an enhanced basic attack, Phrolova will gain After Sound as well. Since Cantarella generates 4, Cantarella is kind of a must-have for Phrolova, and I say must-have pretty loosely because at the end of the day, this is a single-player game. As I stated earlier, you can control Hecate itself, but you're not going to be maximizing the damage because you're not going to be accessing the enhanced basic attacks, because in order to access those, you have to have resonators in the party casting your echo skill. So if you're expecting quick swap shenanigans with Phrolova, you might as well just skip Phrolova, because her biggest main source of damage is going to be coming from Phrolova being off field when she uses her Resonance Liberation. I also forgot to mention that Phrolova's Resonance Liberation will also have its own BGM going on. It does sound pretty epic. Phrolova does have that music motif, so it does make sense. She can either like smile or look happy when she uses her Resonance Liberation. I think it just depends on like how many stacks she has. I'm not really too sure. It's either randomized or it just depends on how many stacks of after sound she has. Phrolova's outro skill is basically going to boost the incoming resonator's havoc damage by 20% and heavy attack damage by 25%, which lasts for 14 seconds or until they are switched out. Since Wuthering Waves is a premium game, Phrolova's best team is most likely going to be Rochia and Cantarella. I don't remember too much of Rochia's kit, but Rochia does do heavy attack damage. I do believe her Resonance Liberation is considered heavy attack damage, so she does benefit with having Phrolova on the team. There's really not many alternatives you can use. Havoc Rover is kind of borderline useless. You're most likely using Rover for either Arrow or Spectro at this point. Rover's outro skill doesn't even buff anybody. It basically just causes havoc damage. At least Rover's Resonance Liberation and their heavy attack at S4 can at least reduce the enemy's havoc resistance by 10% for 20 seconds. I guess they got that going for them. But as I stated earlier, you can't have like multiple Rovers. Anjean's also a pretty decent option since her outro skill can at least boost the oncoming resonator's havoc damage. Nobody ever remembers Tao Chi, so I'm not even gonna bother explaining her here. She's probably one of the most forgettable 4-stars in the game, which is unfortunate since she has some pretty massive milkers. Not many alternatives, but I mean, Cantarella is definitely, I think, is a must-have since Cantarella can cast 4 echo skills, so she really does help in boosting Phrolova's damage. Phrolova will have a dedicated echo set in her patch, and her dedicated echo set basically caters to Phrolova's kit. It is a 3-piece set, so you only really need 3 pieces in order to activate this set. When a resonator casts an echo skill, the user's crit rate, Phrolova, will be increased by 3%. Max stats is 4, so Cantarella basically fulfills this requirement since she has 4 ways to cast an echo skill. Oh, I also forgot to mention that when you get 4 stacks, you're basically getting a free 8% crit rate. Combine that with Phrolova's after sound stacks, she gets crit rate from the after sound stacks, so Phrolova basically gains free crit rate and crit damage whenever a character in your party is casting an echo skill, which is one of the reasons why you need Cantarella for Phrolova. Also, another reason why you probably don't want to control Hecate itself, since Hecate's main source of damage is coming from the enhanced basic attacks. So Phrolova's rotation is gonna look something like this. Bear with me here. You start with Phrolova first. She does her basic attacks, her resident skill. Her resident skill is pretty simple and basic. You know, once you use Phrolova's Resonance Liberation, you swap out to Roshia. Roshia now gets the Havoc damage boost and the heavy damage boost. Roshia does her thing. Make sure you use Roshia's Echo skill as well, since you want to build up the stacks of After Sounds and the Echo set. Once Roshia does her thing, you swap to Cantarella. Cantarella uses her 4 Echo skills that she has, and you know, you basically swap back to Phrolova. Phrolova's intro skill deals massive havoc damage, and you know, you rinse and repeat if the enemy is not dead. I don't think it's that big of a deal that Phrolova requires Cantarella, since at the end of the day, this is a gacha game. These games do make money from the characters. They don't make money from the skins like Azure Lane or Snowbreak. Wuthering Waves is mostly making money from the characters. Might actually skip Phrolova because I don't really care for Cantarella that much. Anyways, that's really all I have to say about Phrolova. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are you going to be pulling for Phrolova? Do you like her kit? I think her kit is pretty cool. I do like characters that control puppets. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I will see you guys later.
Bye bye now. Come again soon.